So Black Ops Cold War has been out for about a week now, and today I wanted to take the time to talk about everything that I think about the game so far. So obviously we're only a week into the game, so I'm not going to be having an in-depth review on it. I don't really think it's fair to, thoroughly review a game a week into it, because you haven't really had enough time to experience everything yet. But I wanted to just kind of sit down and talk about my experience with the game, some of the things I like, some of the things I don't like, and everything else in between. So before we do get into the video, I do apologize for not uploading yesterday. I basically just reserved yesterday as getting diamond shotguns done. I've been on the grind for Dark Matter, and yeah, I had to take some time off yesterday for that, so I do apologize. But thank you for 700 subscribers, I should mention as well. We recently crossed that. If you're new around here, make sure you subscribe to the channel. I upload basically every day, Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War stuff. And we have a lot of camo guides coming, because I've been working hard to unlock Dark Matter, and I'm really looking forward to making those guide videos. So without wasting any more time, let's just hop into what I think about this game so far. Now, I think the best place to start for me would be the campaign. This is one of the first things that I did in this game. I played a couple hours of multiplayer on the midnight release, and then the next day I completed the campaign fully. Now, the first thing that I'd like to say about this campaign is it's quite short. It took me about, I think, 3 or 4 hours to complete, and for a COD campaign, they're not usually that long. That was really short. Like, it was done really quickly. And it is kind of jarring when you kind of go into it, because like you're sort of progressing through the game, you're doing stuff, and then it's just like bam, here's the end. And you're like, wow, alright, that's pretty cool. Obviously one of the selling points with this campaign as well was like the multi-choice thing. Your decisions make a massive difference in this, and it really doesn't, unfortunately. That's one thing I was really looking forward to with this campaign, is there's going to be another Black Ops 2. I always refer to this, but in Black Ops 2 there's that one scene on the ship where you're with a bunch of characters, like main characters in the story, and there's like 10 different ways that scene can play out depending on your actions. And I would say that is a good, example of your actions actually mattering in the end, because there's loads of different ways that can play out. I think Black Ops 2 had like 4 different endings. This one has pretty much, it has 2 essentially. You can either be good and stop Perseus, or you can be bad and be on Perseus' side, essentially. And I just think that's kind of disappointing. The only other decisions that ever matter in the campaign are like if you kill or capture like Perseus's accomplices, basically. And the only way they matter is in like a final scene where they're like, oh, this guy's dead, this guy's captured, we need to interrogate him, I'm glad this guy died, and that's literally it. So it was kind of disappointing to see how little your decisions actually mattered. It kind of just all came down to one final choice. However, I do have to say the mission, spoiler warning here, the mission where where Adler's like talking to you, he's like narrating you through Nam, that is a really cool mission. I think that is a really sick mission, and it has lots of different endings, that one, but none of the decisions in that matter per se. It's just kind of like cool little scenarios in that mission. So overall, I did really enjoy the campaign. It was very short, and the decisions didn't really matter a lot, but I thought it was a very solid one, and I really did enjoy the time playing it. I also want to take this time to talk about zombies. I'm not going to drag this on for too long, because I have played quite a bit of zombies, but I haven't played as much as multiplayer, and I feel like that is kind of like the main aspect. What this video is going to be the main aspect of is the multiplayer. So let's talk a little bit about the zombies. Now, there are some people, like the bigger YouTubers, the zombies YouTubers and casual YouTubers, and basically the bigger people who are really enjoying this game. Everyone seems to be saying that it's really fun, it's really casual. It is a little bit on the easy side, I think everyone can kind of agree on, but I mean, it's not like zombies has always been difficult. Like, the entirety of Black Ops 3 was easy because of the existence of Deadwire, and you could literally get to around 100 on like 7,500 points. So it is a little bit on the easy side, this game, but I don't think that really hurts the experience, because it is, it's the first map. It's kind of like a rebooted zombies, and I think the first one, it does a good job of kind of establishing its place in this game. However, there seem to be a lot of people in the general community, sort of like, not really the bigger names, just the people who like use Twitter and Reddit and stuff. And there's a lot of people saying that this zombies is awful, and that it's nothing like the original. And there's a lot of people hating on it, probably as many people hating on it as there are liking it. And I'd like to take this time and say, it is different. It definitely is not, and it's nothing we've ever seen before, this Zombies. It's a completely new experience. And I do understand the people that are complaining about it being different. I do get that, because it is completely different. There's armor, you can upgrade perks with crystals, there's no perk limit. It's completely different. We've never seen anything like it before in Zombies. However, I don't think change is a bad thing, because I feel like a lot of people that are complaining that it's not the same are sort of afraid of change, and I feel like that's kind of a bad perception on things, because if you're afraid of change, then you're never going to really like anything unless it's just the same regurgitated shit. And I think it's nice that we've got something new, because this has been going on for 10 years now, this Zombies mode, or over 10 years now, and to see something completely different, I think kind of refreshes the experience. So I think the people that are hating on it and say it's nothing like original Zombies, I think those people just need a bit of time to kind of get used to it and play it a bit more. And if they'll come around, I presume. If they don't, then sorry. But I think this Zombies, yeah, it does tailor a bit more to the casual side. There is literally, on the left-hand side, tips, and not even tips, just like it tells you what to do to get the power on, to get the Pack-a-Punch and that, which, I mean, yeah, I mean, you know, that does make it a bit easier, but I don't really care. It's casual fun. The Easter egg isn't really that complicated, but overall, I think this map's just a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to the DLC season of the Zombies in this game. But I think it is now time to talk about the multiplayer. I'm going to start off a little bit more positive instead before we go into things I don't like, and that is the grind. I'm loving the grind for Dark Matter, and I think the 100%er are both... They're both done really well, because although, yeah, there are a couple challenges that are a bit AIDS, mainly the point blank kills, the taking cover kills, they can be quite annoying, and I do understand the complaints of people complaining about it. Even myself, I made a full video talking about things I don't like about the Dark Matter grind. However, at the moment, I'm having a lot of fun. That's all I'm doing in multiplayer at the moment. I'm having a great time doing it. So, Treyarch always know how to do the grind stuff, like the camo grind and the 100%er really well. It is more of a Treyarch thing than Infinity Ward. However, I'm having a lot of fun with it, so not much else to say there. Some things need to be changed, but overall, if it stayed the same, yeah, I'd be a little bit upset, but overall, I'm having a really fun time with it. Now, one thing as well that I sort of like and don't like are the maps. Now, this game has a lack of maps. It only has 8 maps. However, in a few days, we're getting Nuketown, so that's a new one to carry us over at least to Season 1. And that's not me excusing the lack of maps. You know, it is kind of annoying that we only have 8 maps. And half of them I don't even really like that much. I don't like Cartel. I think it's too big. The bushes are really annoying. Like, they're really, really annoying. Miami, once again, I think it's a little bit too big. It has really long sight lines. It's more of an assault rifle, sniper rifle map. Another one that I actually surprisingly don't like that much is Satellite. I do like this map, but it's really weird. Like, sometimes I have a really good experience on it, and sometimes it'll just be tactical rifle, sniper warfare, and you just can't really do anything. The main thing is that you'll have like tactical rifles and snipers out of the dunes, and you'll have sweaty MP5 users in the close quarters area, and it does make it really annoying. I suppose weapon balancing will probably fix that, but I think Satellite is not as good as it was in the beta, at least for me. Now, I don't know if that's weapon balancing, like I said, or if that's just, you know, all the normies that don't play the beta came and, you know, played multiplayer now. I'm not entirely sure. But that's another map that I don't really have a lot of fun with nowadays as well. Another map I'm not a fan of in the multiplayer as well is Armada Strike. I really don't like this map. I don't know why. It's just every time that I've played it so far, I just don't have any fun, and I just want to commit suicide. Once again, I'm not really sure what it is, because in design and in theory, it should be a really good map, but it's just not enjoyable whatsoever. So I don't know what it is, but this one just really annoys me. Now, every other map that we have in the game, I really enjoy. For example, Moscow, probably my favorite map at the moment. If not that, it definitely has to be Crossroads. That's a really good map. Garrison, once again, great map. Checkmate, really good map. You know, I do think the launch maps in this game are like infinitely better than Modern Warfare, because the launch of that game, not just in general, with the maps, they were so shit. Like, there was like 2 decent maps with Modern Warfare. Everything else is awful, and I feel like people comparing Modern Warfare nowadays to launch Cold War is really unfair as well. Because a lot of people are saying that, oh, Modern Warfare is so much better than this game. And it's like, well, yeah, it's had a year to thrive off of DLC. Of course it's going to be better. And some people would even argue against that, but I just think overall, people are saying that, like, you know, the stability issues and, you know, a lot of things that need to be changed. They're not really giving this game a chance, you know, because Modern Warfare, like I said, had a year to improve and thrive, and people aren't giving Cold War that chance. They're just saying, oh, fuck this game, it's really bad, and they just forget the game and go back to Modern Warfare. So, if you don't enjoy it, fair play, but at least give it a shot before you hate on it. Now, I think the main thing that needs to be addressed here is something that I really hate, and something I'm going to make a dedicated video on very soon. I'm not sure when. That is skill-based matchmaking. It needs to go. I'm sorry. Like, I know skill-based matchmaking has been in every Call of Duty game, but the way that it is in Modern Warfare and Cold War, it needs to be toned down. Like, it needs to be. And the reason I say it is because the long-term enjoyability of this game is ruined by the skill-based matchmaking. It's ruined by it because every match is the exact same. You know, you come up against people who play the exact same way, and in theory, skill-based matchmaking should be really good because, you know, you come up against equally skilled players, and, you know, everyone is around about the same level, so it's kind of like a coin toss who would win. But it's just not fun in practice because this isn't a CDL playlist. This is casual Call of Duty. And people would, you know, probably take to the comments now and go, no, you just want to stomp on noobs and go like 50-5 every game. But that's not the problem I have with it. The problem is that, yes, I might stomp on a noob lobby, but then without skill-based matchmaking, that might happen to me. I might come up against, you know, FaZe, essentially. And at the moment, it just feels like that's every game. But without skill-based matchmaking, it's more of a random chance as opposed to it being every match or every other match. And it just waters down the experience a lot. But I'm going to pause the discussion for that there because I want to make a dedicated video on it because I fucking hate skill-based matchmaking. It needs to go. At the very minimum, Activision need to come out and say something about it. That's what's the most annoying, is that, yeah, it's in the game, but they don't say anything to us about it. They just, you know, leave us in the dark, leave us in silence, and it's really frustrating because we don't know what's going on. We don't know how it works. They do. So why don't they tell us? Why don't they be transparent about it? But I'm just going to pause it there. I'm just going to stop talking about it. Like I said, dedicated video coming soon. One thing that Modern Warfare definitely had over this game at launch was the weapon variety. And a lot of people would say, you know, the way the COD is at the moment, people use like 3 or 4 guns, the best guns in the game. But I still don't think that's a valid argument against it because 29 guns is not bad. That's not a bad amount. It's not great. It's not bad either. But with Modern Warfare, every gun felt really unique. Like, you know, you had, say, the SCAR, which is like a low fire, you know, a slow firing, hard hitting assault rifle with not as much ammo. You had the M13, which had a really quick rate of fire, and you could do well at all ranges. The M4 was just the god tier gun, everything, you know, everything everywhere. You also had the Kilo, which is more of a reliable long-range rifle. You see the kind of variety. You had the Odin as well, which was, you know, it was like the SCAR, but a lot slower and a lot harder hitting. And that's just the variety in the assault rifle class. But the assault rifles in this game, you got the XM4, which is a decent fire rate, decent range. You got the AK, which is the same thing. You've got the FFAR, which is more of the close range gun. But generally, they're all about the same, and the variety does kind of lack in this game. And a lot of people will say, oh, well, the updates, the DLC, you know, that'll be fixed. But that's not a valid excuse for games these days. You can't just say, oh, the game will be fixed in updates, it's fine. We should be expecting full games at launch. We shouldn't be expecting half-finished products and DLC to fix it. So, yeah, weapon variety is kind of annoying, but, I mean, it's not a glaring issue. But, yeah, I mean, other than, I could sit here and talk about, you know, bugs, you know, loads of bugs and stability issues and whatever. But, I mean, overall, I think that's everything that I have to complain about this game, to be honest. Complain, praise. It's not an in-depth review. I didn't cover everything that I hate and like. But it's just a general first thought. Overall, I probably should have said this at the start of the video. I'm loving this game. I'm having a lot of fun with it. I see a problem with longevity because of skill-based matchmaking. I could see this game dying off like Black Ops 4 did. I hope it doesn't happen. I really don't. I hope it doesn't happen because this game feels solid so far. I'm having a good time with it. But other than that, let's leave it there. Thank you for watching this video. If you enjoyed, make sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel. And I'll see you all in the next one.